I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're diving into the stunning landscapes of Virginia with Clare Reed, author of Seven West Through the Blue Ridge. Join us right now as we explore her captivating journey through this scenic wonderland, expressed through her unique blend of photography and songwriting.
Thank you.
Discover, oh, you're very, very welcome. We will discover the inspirations behind her work and the enchanting views of Route 7 that have shaped her artistic vision. Thanks so much for joining us here today on Spotlight, Claire.
Thank you. Thank you.
Your book is great. It's such a wonderful blend of song lyrics and photography. Tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind it.
Well, the book, hold on just a second. Could you please hand me the book, hon? Okay. My grandson is here. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, here it is, right here in front of me now. Thank you. Thank you, Blake. 7 west of the Blue Ridge. Okay, Route 7 West is where my husband, Robert, or Bobby Reed, and I used to ride his motorcycle a lot. Okay.
Mhm.
And I was on this particular time. It was a beautiful day, and I was on the back of his motorcycle. We were on Route 7 West, going through the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. Okay,
Mhm.
we hadn't yet gotten up to Winchester. Okay,
Yeah.
but I the song just poured into my head, and
Wonderful.
I started singing it. And you know, the most wonderful thing about it was when I finished singing the song, my husband started acting kind of strange. He was driving the bike, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he started acting kind of strange, and I thought, oh no, I've got him upset. Sometimes he doesn't want me singing around him, you know what I mean, and stuff. So I started, and then he finally found a place to pull over, and he got off the bike and he turned to me. Are you sitting down, honey? Are you sitting
I'm
down?
sitting down.
Good. Because he turned to me, pointed his finger at me, and said, where'd that come from? I really like that.
Wow, that's great. That's great.
And that's what made it such a special song to me, honey,
Oh, that's
because
wonderful.
it turned our lives around.
Yeah, yeah, such a great memory of you and Bobby for sure on a
Yes.
beautiful day driving through the Blue Ridge. It sounds
Well,
so dreamy,
if you
so
look at the
romantic.
picture, the cover picture
Hmm.
of the end about 7, and it says to 50 with the arrow going to it,
Yeah.
and he took that picture,
Wow.
and that's the picture I used for the cover of the book.
Well, it's a beautiful picture and it's perfect for the cover. Why don't you
Yes.
share for the folks at home a little bit of that song that you wrote that day with Bobby?
I'm headed 7 west through the Blue Ridge. I'm watching fall leaves falling town to town. I smell the wood stoves burning in the valley, and I know that I am homeward bound.
That's beautiful. That's great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Amazing. You just, out of the blue, you are able
I
to
can
come up
tell
with
you.
that song.
It just, like I said, and the Lord gave me other songs too at times. And that's why he was like, I was worried when he started slowing down the bike and looking for a place to pull over, because there were other songs that were not of interest to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he just didn't, want to bother. But when he said, where'd that come from? I really like that, and pointed his finger at me. I mean, I just felt like I could just lean over and fly up to heaven. You know what I mean?
Amazing.
It was
Amazing.
just incredible. It was just incredible.
Well,
And
that's
that's why I made that the cover of, and the cover song of, and the title of the book.
well, that's great. It's
Yes.
such a great remembrance, like I said, of that wonderful, wonderful day. And it kind of, when you're reading your book and you're looking at your pictures and reading through the lyrics, you really get a feel of what it's like to be in that part of Virginia, which is really one of the most beautiful places on earth, I think, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
We were talking about some of the great places to stop along 7 West back when we spoke last, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
You were saying there were like old time diners and things like that that you used to go to with Bobby?
Yes, and where I used to shop, and actually where I worked for a while was the Natural Mercantile Store.
Hmm.
I actually worked there helping to sell things, to earn some money, that I needed,
Yeah.
some money. And it was a very good store. Everybody in it was very friendly, and and everything about Route 7, and the whole area of Percival and Leesburg and everything. It was all very historical and
Hmm.
special to just about everybody who lived there, hon.
Yeah.
You know,
And I can't imagine a better way to explore it on a beautiful fall day than on the back of a motorcycle, right?
and especially a good old Harley Davidson.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's all American for sure. That's great. That is terrific. That is really, really fun. So you haven't been on Seven West in a while, though, right? You're no longer in Virginia. Where are you now?
Now I've been back home, and I actually am living, and I now own the home that I grew up in
Wow.
here, and all of my family grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm envious. I would
Yeah.
love to own the home I grew up in. That's wonderful.
And it's the home my grandfather built.
Wow.
And
That's
that's
terrific.
another really good story, because this house is right next to the house, that smaller house that my mother was born in. And the reason Grandpa built this house is because he said they already had I think three boys upstairs in the front bedroom, and he and Grandma lived in the back bedroom, slept in the back bedroom. It's a 2-bedroom house. It's still there. It's a beautiful little blue 2-bedroom house. And he said to Grandma, he told us this many times, we need a bigger house. We can't put a girl up with all those boys.
That's funny.
Born.
Wow.
And mother was born literally on the dining room table of the house next door.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, I
Yeah.
think you got another
Yeah.
book you can write about the stories in that house in Cincinnati, Ohio, right?
Well, I was thinking maybe I should do that. I haven't done it yet, but you're right. It has been on my mind. Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's got a lot of meaning to your family, and I think it'd probably have a lot of meaning to a lot of folks who grew up in that era, you know?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And yeah, right. At the end of the street is where my dad's father from Procter and Gamble, who their whole family lived near Procter and Gamble, here in Cincinnati. But they had more children, and it was a little crowded. So my dad told us this story many times. Grandpa Mulvaney said, we need a bigger house. We've got to look for a bigger house,
Right.
Well, he ended up buying the house at the end of our street here on Homer on the right side. And Dad was then like a teenager, okay?
Mhm.
Well, by the time, one time when Dad was walking up the street, okay?
Mhm.
And just going for a walk, okay?
Yep.
He happened to see this pretty lady pretty young girl or young lady sitting on the steps of this pretty white house here.
Right.
That was my mom.
Wow. That's a great story as well. That's
Yeah,
really
say that.
amazing. Amazing. Talk about circumstance, right? That is
That's
such a heartwarming story. That is great.
made it happen, honey, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And your book is like a joyride from heaven. The name of the book is Seven West Through the Blue Ridge. It is written by Clare Reed. It contains her song lyrics. It has her photographs, as well as a photograph on the cover from her husband, Bobby. It is an amazing story. It'll make you want to take a road trip yourself as you look at this scenic wonderland. Clare, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Thank you so much for letting me come aboard. Thank you.
My pleasure. Have a great day. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.
God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Clare. God bless. Bye-bye.